Caitlin Clark's popularity is about white privilege and pretty privilege, host of The View. Now, this is Sunny Hostin. I think that's her dumbass name. You had people in the WNBA, people that are benefiting and are going to benefit from Caitlin Clark being in the WNBA and by people actually watching and going to their boring-ass games.
Private charters, all the money and visibility she brings into the WNBA. What she's accomplished, give her flowers. Stop being petty, all you women out there.
I'm going to guard her harder than I've ever guarded another female basketball. If I get a chance to foul her in the paint, I'm going to foul her hard. That's all that's happening. It's a level of sports jealousy.
She's the breakout star of the WNBA right now with the highest salary in league history. Compares Clark to Steph Curry for being relatable to fans, but claims the fact that she's a straight white woman plays a big role in the hype around her. It's not the numbers. She is the NCAA's all-time leading scorer of men and women. In February, she broke the women's record. In March, she broke Pistol Pete Maravich's 3,667-point record. She's had more 30-point games than anyone in the past 25 years. This girl earned this. I'm sorry. Could suggest that honor the women who play in the WNBA. He is part of the reason that people are now paying attention.
She knows that, like Maya Moore, her idol, Caitlin Clark could have gone to a much better basketball program. Caitlin knew going into her choice at Iowa that she was going to be building a program under the tutelage of Coach Bluter. We don't get to follow much, so although everyone got on the Caitlin Clark train eventually, Iowa was so thirsty and hungry for a player they could follow and believe in, and you felt like you were a part of it. So that was the beginning of this gusto. LSU, UConn, all these amazing programs.
She's a rookie on a bad team. She's arguably the best playmaker in the league, arguably the second best three-point shooter in the league. I don't know. They seem valuable in Olympic competition, and she's not on the team. So you argued she wasn't good for the Olympics. Your argument, though I don't buy it, but it was your argument, women's basketball, that she would be a distraction. So isn't the perfect place to put her in the skills competition? Now what is headiness, gatekeeping, insular, dumb? They're trying to get her to pay her dues, but she's the one paying all the fees. By the way, you know who was in the dunk contest his rookie year? Michael Jordan.
All she's saying is, and she is factually correct, the two needed each other. She was a part of that. Inarguable, because that is what happened. We were not talking about Caitlin Clark on these shows. We were not debating women's sports and women's basketball on these shows before that moment happened. And multiple things can be true at the same time.
When I watch these girls play, and I feel like myself and everybody else is really watching the women play now, they want to see Caitlin play basketball, right? I feel like all the attention that she got, she earned from playing basketball, shooting threes, scoring points, leading the NCAA and scoring.
Caitlin Clark played one of the most dominant games of basketball I've ever witnessed, regardless of gender, age, or level. Just an absolute masterclass. I post a Brock Purdy tweet, and I say, me watching Caitlin Clark for the first time, I don't know that we would have talked about Caitlin Clark on Monday had Angel Reese not done this. You can't see me. That did make this more than just a basketball issue. It made it a race issue. And if you don't care about basketball, you still care about the color of your skin. So it transcended the game of basketball. Now people who have never watched basketball a day in their life are jumping into the conversation because they may not care about basketball, but they do in fact care about race.
And because we bring that up and talk about what potentially might get in their way, which we do to men all the time.
That's all I'm saying in these conversations. Kennedy Carter's behavior is not indicative of the entire league. We are still talking about competition where you are allowed to get a little extra elbow in if you are competing and you do it within the parameters of the game. The game is physical. Caitlin is helping to grow the league. These women understand that, but she cannot be babied as a rookie.
Okay, she's talking all that trash. Could you imagine if it was reverse racist? If that was a white girl.
White supremacy.
Who is a superstar. And is it because she stayed in Iowa, put an entire state on her back, took a program from nothing to a multiple-year success story? Is it because she would go on to break the entire points records in the history of the end, not just the women's record by Kelsey Plum, shout out, but also Pistol Pete Maravich's, the dude's record as well? Is there a chance that people just enjoy watching her play basketball because how electrifying she is, what she did, what she stood for, how she went about going, which we have to hear people say that we only like her because she's white, and she's the only popular because the rest of the rookie class is doing what they're doing?
Did you guys see the audience when she got bumped. That shit is packed. She is making a change. Right. And I hate this. Guys, they always go to freaking race because she's white. No, what are you, nuts? Eminem, I don't give a shit about his color. So you can't, again, with the race situation, it's like, by the way, this girl has pumped life into the WNBA, which nobody was talking about the WNBA just in a joking manner. She has made the WNBA and they hate it.
Caitlin Clark has an elite skill set of passing the basketball.
She can see things that other people can't on the court.
It's elite. And I said both of the women would be successful.
If you're a college player and you're a great college player, like Caitlin was, the delusional fan base that follows her disrespected the WNBA players by saying she's going to go in that league and tear it apart in betting odds on being MVP of the WNBA. These people are so disrespectful and so unknowledgeable and so stupid. This kid's on the wrong team. She's got the wrong skill set to handle the physicality of that league. And she's a rookie. You're going to say, I'm going to make a statement targeted by her looks, targeted by her reputation, targeted by the disrespect that they've shown to the WNBA is back. I thought Cameron Brink said something really smart. She said, no, they're expecting this rookie class to be perfect.
For a young talent who has done nothing but bring more eyeballs to the WNBA, Caitlin Clark has been bullied physically, mentally, and emotionally. From veteran to rookie, she has been heavily targeted, and now WNBA fans have taken notice, particularly NBA superstar Steph Curry. So join me as I walk you through Steph Curry's reactions to Caitlin Clark getting bullied. Biggest star and most bullied. The emergence of the Indiana Fever's guard in the WNBA has been nothing short of generational. The Caitlin effect on the WNBA has been tremendous. Away from her talent, Caitlin's effect on the league has been unprecedented. I mean, there are now talks of a new media deal for the league estimated to bring in $200 million per season with the potential for an extra $60 million per year. This is a league whose current deal is just $50 million per season. That's more than a 300% increase. This just concluded WNBA All-Star Game also felt the Caitlin effect, as it had a fan voting up 600% from last year, with the official viewership numbers anticipated to be the most watched in history. Just last year, the All-Star Game averaged 850,000 viewers and peaked at 986,000. Making it the most watched WNBA All-Star Game in 16 years. This year's All-Star Game averaged 3.44 million viewers. That's a 146% increase from the previous record. For what it's worth, in all of these stats and numbers, one thing is clear. Caitlin Clark is the WNBA's biggest star and the biggest in league's history. It is one thing to be big by just name, race, or privilege. It is another thing to have the talent to back it up, and that's why Caitlin stands out. She has the talent to back it up, and unfortunately, that is upsetting to many. So upsetting that she is getting bullied on the court and off it. Off the court, several sports analysts and veterans have come for her unprovoked. Many have tried their hardest to downplay her talents and achievements. Fox Sports' Joe Taylor lied on national TV that Caitlin was unknown until Angel Reese made her famous when they faced each other in the 2023 NCAA Championship game. We were not talking about Caitlin Clark before Angel Reese walked up to her, did this "you can't see me" taunt, and pointed to the ring. This is not my opinion. I lived it. I watched it. It was recorded. It was broadcasted live. We were not talking about Caitlin Clark before that moment, Taylor said. Sports journalist Monique Judge even went as far as to call Caitlin the white damsel in distress in the WNBA before taking a subtle jab at her on Twitter when she tweeted, "Caitlin Clark is the Taylor Swift of women's basketball. No, I will not elaborate." These statements are all off the court, and unfortunately, on court hasn't been any better. Since her first game as a pro, Caitlin has suffered physically on the court. She has been constantly targeted by veterans and even rookies since her pro career started. She is at the ends of multiple shoves, elbows to the side, and even full-body hits. It can be difficult to tell if they are taking all these aggressions out on Caitlin because they are jealous or scared, but the truth remains that she is constantly being bullied, so much so that even the NBA has taken notice and many NBA stars have come out to say and share their opinion on the situation. Even a name you would never imagine had to let the WNBA and media know. The NBA reacts. Caitlin Clark getting bullied off and on the court surprisingly hasn't gone unnoticed among NBA players who have since rushed to her defense. One of the few names to come to her defense has been none other than LeBron James, who faced similar challenges when he got drafted at 18. LeBron has seen firsthand how media attacks can shift from on-court mistakes to a more personal level, and how veterans may attack you rather than recognize your strengths. After all, not even Michael Jordan nor Kareem Abdul-Jabbar acknowledged his talent when he first got into the NBA. Anyway, LeBron has openly defended Caitlin Clark and condemned those who are bullying her. In the words of the NBA superstar, he is rooting for Caitlin Clark to succeed in the WNBA and wants more people to recognize how she's bringing attention to women's basketball. The one thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport: more people want to watch, more people want to tune in. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it effed up. Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things are going to happen for the WNBA. I'm rooting for Caitlin Clark because I've been in that seat before. I've walked that road before. I hope she kills, LeBron said. Fellow NBA superstar Kevin Durant has also openly shown his support for Caitlin. The four-time scoring champ made sure to address Caitlin's omission from Team USA for the 2024 Olympics. According to KD, Caitlin's breakthrough in the WNBA has shed light on other WNBA superstars such as Aja Wilson, and if she continues to show up regardless of critics and bullies, she will not be ignored for long. 2015 NBA All-Star Jeff Teague also addressed the bullying, even going as far as calling those hating on Caitlin and bullying her stupid. NBA Hall of Famer Shaquille O'Neal, who has since labeled Caitlin Clark the best female collegiate player ever, recently posted sports personality and NFL Hall of Famer Shannon Sharpe's take on Caitlin Clark getting bullied in the WNBA. According to Sharpe, Caitlin getting bullied is unacceptable when she has done nothing but bring attention to the league. Sharpe cited that a veteran and two-time league MVP like Aja Wilson got her shoe deal after Caitlin because of the attention the Indiana guard brought to the league. It's unnecessary and it's uncalled for, said Shannon Sharpe. Longtime UConn head coach Gino Auriemma also addressed the bullying Caitlin Clark has been facing, even going as far as to compare her impact to that of Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, and Magic Johnson on the NBA. I don't remember when Jordan came into the NBA, guys looking to go out and beat him up. I don't remember when Larry Bird and Magic Johnson came in the league and elevated the NBA. Them getting targeted and getting beat up just because of who they were and the attention they were getting. Why are you blaming that kid? It's not her fault, because you would trade places with her in a minute, but you were not there. You're not her. So you're complaining that she's getting what she's getting, Auriemma said. Former NBA star Matt Barnes also expressed his thoughts on Caitlin Clark being bullied in the league when he decided to address her teammate and coach instead for allowing other teams to bully their star player without repercussions. According to Barnes, Caitlin Clark has been getting beat up, hard screens, elbows, knocked down throughout the season. And unfortunately, while that would continue because she is a superstar, it made no sense that her teammates and coach allowed it to get to a point where she is being unnecessarily bullied. I've seen a couple of girls smirk when she gets knocked down, half-assed to pick her up. Like, y'all supposed to protect the asset, protect the star. And although this is a team, you always protect your star, Matt Barnes said. The list goes on about NBA stars that have come out to defend Caitlin Clark. However, among the many names, an NBA superstar who had been rather quiet about the matter for a while very recently addressed the bullying. And it's none other than the one player she has been liked to, Steph Curry. Steph finally reacts. Caitlin Clark's game has drawn comparison to many in the basketball world, and one name stands out above the rest, Steph Curry. Both basketball stars have an unmatched ability to sink shots easily from behind the arc, so it wasn't surprising when Steph found out that they both have the same release time and range. Anyway, speaking about Caitlin Clark's talents, Steph Curry always acknowledged how generational the rookie is. He has even gone so far as to defend her from being compared to him, claiming that the comparison just takes away from the rest of her game because her game is refined. Not to mention that she is such a brilliant floor general. In any case, after a long period of silence, he decided to confront the bullying that the youngster's been experiencing in the WNBA. According to Steph, he strongly appreciates what Caitlin Clark has been doing for women's basketball. When she shows up, the seats are filled, and there's a different energy, Curry said. Addressing the bullying, Steph noted that while the game has to be competitive, it isn't fair that she is being unfairly targeted when all she wants to do is hoop. He advised that she keep her head down, avoid external distractions like she has been doing, and play because sooner or later, she won't be ignored anymore. Nonetheless, Steph and NBA stars aren't the only ones to address the bullying. According to a user, "What I have come to hate are all of these people hating on Caitlin and discussing the apparent bullying when all Caitlin has done is play basketball. Not a complaint from her. She is way more professional than just about any other person in the WNBA." Another user commented, "The players who stand up for Clark are actually those who love the game and the talents within." If you enjoyed this video, the next video on your screen is worth your time.